Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at a few knives. First up, we got the Tempest knives Jetstream. These dropped today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You have 4 different variations. The Silver Jet, which is the bead blasted scales with the stonewash blade. Beautiful micro milling on these. Also have the Knives Fast variation with the blue anodization on the scales. And next is the Jetstream in Tux with a black titanium and sand wash blade. And last you have a reverse tux with the black wash blade and the bead blasted titanium scales. These are 8 inches long with a 3.5 inch blade, 4.5 inch handle. You have a beautiful drop point blade with a low tip. So the belly's gonna be very gradual going to that tip, making it a very versatile blade. Easy to get that tip down on the things to do drag cuts. You could cut things in hand really easily without sliding out of the cut. And cutting on a flat surface is gonna be perfect with this because you have just the right amount of belly to do so. These come with a high flat grind that come down nice and thin at 15 thousandths behind the edge, making this thing a very, very good slicer. Whenever I tested this prototype, it performed outstanding. And I don't even remember if it was in the right steel or not, but these are in 154 cm. And 154 cm has become one of my favorite steels in a way because it allows companies to get the price down on the knives, give you a high quality product. And 154 cm must be a very easy steel to heat treat on a large spectrum because I always have good luck with 154 cm. Sometimes better than some of the higher end steels. And I'm sure it's because of the heat treating. You have a nice long row of functional jimping, perfectly placed. There's a sharpening choil that should give you several sharpenings before it starts to widen up. Where my fingernail is where that plunge line comes down. You have the blade steel marking very little right here, pretty much keeping this a sterile blade. The Tempest Knives logo right there. I love the little windowed long blade hole there. Nice point for piercing and doing those drag cuts. This blade should be able to handle just about anything that you throw at it, within reason, of course. And these beautifully contoured titanium scales will be comfortable while doing so. It's one thing about Tempest Knives designs. Everyone that I've tested on the channel have been very, very ergonomic, and this one's no exception because not only do you have that contour, they also have softened the outer edge with a little bevel, which you don't see all that often because a lot of times they like to keep that crisp line, but then it makes it a hard edge right here. So this knife is very comfortable in hand, and the action on the knife, remarkable. The detent is perfectly tuned on this particular sample. You have the long blade hole, which works great, and it's riding on ceramic bearings, making this a very smooth knife, and this one isn't even broken in yet. Then you have the very discreet minimal flipper tab with some nice jimping there to flip it if you like. Easy reverse flicker, thumb flicker, slow roller. Yeah, deployment is outstanding on this knife. All the hardware on this knife, Torx T8. Love seeing that. You don't have to swap drivers, and T8 are way less likely to strip on you than T6. You have that nice decorative rim style pivot, the signature Tempest Knives pivot. I like it a lot. You have a reversible mill titanium pocket clip that functions excellently, and I like the fact that they have a nice little filler tab right here on the side that you're not using, so it is reversible. You have a mill titanium backspacer that has a hidden lanyard post. Love seeing that. No extra holes, so you can keep it nice and clean. The lockup on the knife, when I say bank vault lockup, this has an inset stainless steel liner lock, as you can see there, and it's inset into the frame. It's only on the lock side, nothing on the show side scale. Easy access to that lock bar, and there's a nice little chamfer, so it's nice and comfortable to get your finger there. No problem whatsoever. I love it. And to help bring down weight, they skeletonize the show side scale as much as they possibly can. Hopefully you can see that in there to bring down weight. And also on the lock side, on this back side right here, you can see that long skeletonization pocketing right there. Bringing the weight down to 4.853 ounces. And I must say, it carries very nicely. It's not deep carry, but for a mill tie clip, that's all that's sticking out of the pocket. Very nice there. It's a quick size reference with the Ontario Rat 1 and 2. It's a little bit shorter than the Spyderco PM2 and Hogue Ritter RSK. And it's almost identical in size to the Spyderco Manix 2. When it comes to nitpicks and complaints, there are none because Casey went ahead and fixed every single thing that anybody had a nitpick with. So this is a very, very good example of a fine-tuned knife. Definitely highly recommend one. I think these are very reasonably priced at $140, especially the fact that this is not a huge company. This is only Casey's, I think, third design or fourth design. And he's not able to, make orders of 5,000 or, those high numbers to get the price down. So he's not making much money off of these. I can promise you that. And it probably goes right back into the company. So if you want to help support an awesome guy and you like this design, definitely pick one up. I absolutely love it. It has great action. It's super comfortable in hand. I think it looks beautiful. It's got that nice micro milling, very versatile blade. Love that raw stone wash finish on it. I love me some 154 CM. And yeah, I think you'll be very happy with your purchase. I will have all necessary links down in the description. And if I remember, I'll try to put them in the comments. I don't know why I always forget that. But let's check out the other knives. I reviewed this Remette WD107, the more budget-friendly version with the 14C28N micarta scales. Very nice button lock, smooth action. But one of my complaints was the micarta, no matter what I did, if I could oil this up, it never got dark. It always stayed light around there. Well, he contacted me after I did the video and said that he fixed the issue. Now we have a very even finish on the green micarta, and they also have a black micarta one as well with a non-coated blade. Love the WD107. That I tell you what, the premium one and this one was probably one of my biggest shocks of the year, because Remette was a new company to me. They're new to the scene, at least for us. And the premium WD107 absolutely blew me away, and I was very excited to see that they came out with a more budget-friendly version for people who couldn't afford it or did not want to spend that type of money. But yeah, this one is another winner. If you're interested in one of these, I will have it linked down in the description as well. Then we have the Olitans TO24. This was an Amazon Knife of the Month pick, and this one absolutely blew me away. This is a titanium frame lock that has an interchangeable blade. Comes with this blade and sheep's foot serrated edge, I think. And what's so awesome about this is it's 9CR 18 MOV, which is an excellent budget steel. You get titanium scales, very smooth action. This thing performed very well. It's comfortable, and it would make a great gift knife for somebody who's hard on their knives, say on the job site or something like that. They break the blade or they chip up the edge. They can just slap on the other one while they're on the job site. I didn't have any problems with these backing out on me, and it did excellent on my testing. If you didn't see my review of this one, definitely go check it out. And it's like $54, $58, something like that. No brainer. And I think everybody who picked one up after the review, we sold them out. I think they were all happy as well, because it's just a hard one to beat. Like I said, the action is remarkable. Nice and snappy. It's a full-size knife. Excellent blade shape. The other two are awesome as well. I was so impressed that I wanted to see if they had anything else. I picked up another small titanium frame lock from them, and I just saw this one. This is their new, I think it's a GO35 or something like that. I'll put it up here on the screen. Man, I'll tell you what, these Contour G10 scales feel so good in hand. Super snappy action, nice drop point, crown spine, very comfortable. It has a filler tab on this side, reversible deep carry pocket clip that's inset with the screws inset. The action, nice. Very snappy action. Nice engagement with that button lock right there. Skeletonization, hidden lanyard post, G10 backspacer. You can get it in coated, non-coated, just purple. I think they also come in red and maybe black. Yeah, feels really nice in hand. Excellent sharpening choil. Should give you a bunch of sharpening light force to widen up back there. Feels pretty darn thin behind the edge. Yeah, I think this is an excellent high value knife here. I think it was like 48 bucks. And the blade steel on this one, this is another thing that attracted me. Blade steel is 14C28N. If it is half as good as this 9CR, this will be outstanding. We have the Sencut Glidestrike. This is a nice full-size knife. For a size reference, there it is next to the the Ontario Wrap Model 1. So it's bigger than the Wrap Model 1. I'll go butt to butt. There you go. You can see it there. It's a nice full-size EDC knife. And I'm usually not a clip point fan, but when you have a nice straight clip point right here, that means that tip is, in this case, the tip is sitting below the center line of the pivot, making it very easy to get that tip down on the things. Now, that is a very, very bulky tip and very easy to pierce into a bag of potato chips. You got a beautiful forward finger choil, so you can get right up on that edge, so you can get some nice control, nice fine detail work. I went with the black micarta. You have a deep carried tip up left or right handed pocket clip. The action, outstanding. Now it kind of looks like this is a front flipper, but I don't think it was intended for that. I can't front flip mine just because it's sitting so low, but I don't really care about that because I'd rather use the thumb studs. You can get to the thumb studs with the thumb flick. Reverse flick is outstanding. You can even do the spotty drop there. Yeah, this is a good one, especially for the price tag. These are in 9CR18 MOV, the same steel that this Olitans in. And Sencut has just been really impressing me with their quality this year and the performance of these knives at their price points. This thing is ground nice and thin. You can see right here. It's going to be an excellent performer. Nice satin finish. Yeah, you're getting a lot for your money with this one. The last one is a premium knife, and you've seen this one on the channel before. This is the Arcform Slimfoot Automatic, my first Arcform that I've ever had. This is a Jeff Blewett design of tough knives. I just think it's an interesting looking knife and overall cool knife. These are produced by ProTech for them, USA made, super snappy. And then after this one, they dropped the Arcform Sabre. I reviewed this one earlier this year. This is a more compact EDC knife. Very versatile blade right here. Nice and pokey. You got contoured micarta scales with an Ultim backspacer. Very smooth action. Nice and snappy. 20 CV blade. They dropped another one this year. This is the Arcform Theory. This one's a titanium frame lock. Love the fact that they put that lock relief on the inside. Look how clean that looks. Then you have a blind screw titanium pocket clip that has some nice little flair to it. You have a nice crown backspacer that is inset into the scales right there, so it doesn't really stick up. You have thumb discs, which I'm usually not a fan of, but these work pretty well. You can see how they angle down right here. They got some nice texture to them. Nice and snappy action. Just listen to this detent. It sucks the blade in nicely, and even with that nice crisp detent, it flips out nicely. Excellent jimping and thumb ramp right there if that's your thing. Pretty darn comfortable. Pretty smooth action. Yeah, and that blade shape looks wicked. These are an M390 steel, two-tone. You have a horizontal satin on the flats, and it looks like a very fine blasted primary bevel. So yeah, that is everything that I've gotten new lately. I will link everything that is available down in the description. Let me know of the knives that I have not reviewed on the channel yet. Which knives would you like to see a review on first? If you were interested in these Remette knives, but you didn't like the way this one looked, definitely now is the time to go pick one up. I think they look nice. They're a great bargain for what you're getting. And if you were ever on the fence about the Jetstream, don't miss out. I don't know how many of these he has, so if you want one, go pick one up. You're supporting an excellent guy as well. So there you go. That's everything that I have for you today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one.